It's so great to have you. Welcome. We're going through the engagement ring course, and right now we're going to actually go to the 4 C's. We have the carat weight, color, clarity, and cut. So the thing to keep in mind with diamonds is they're priced and based on rarity. So if it's harder to mine, like to find in the ground, pure and natural, with less inclusions, that's going to be more rare than like a bigger one that has some things inside of it, which we'll get covered today. The thing to keep in mind with diamonds is the 4 C's is a guideline to give you an idea of what it is you're looking at and what the value is. So first, we're going to start with the carat weight. Now, carat weight is the only thing about diamonds that are scientific. So it's put on a carat scale and it's weighed. So for example, if we were looking at a 1 carat diamond, it would be a 1.00 to most people. In the jewelry industry, it's 0.95 to 1.05, meaning that is what like a legal carat is kind of what we say. So a lot of times people will be like, well, if I get a 0.98, I'll save money. But you would actually have to go to like a 0.90 to get a light carat in order to actually save from being the carat. And sometimes size difference wise, there's a bigger difference. But that's kind of the fun thing. We'll shop and cover that together, of course. And if you have any questions, but shopping for diamonds is very similar to shopping for puppies. And the reason I say that is because they all have a different personality. It's just a matter of which one that you want. And so one of the things that I like to share with people as a pro tip is that if you're looking at 2 diamonds side by side, you're in the store and there's natural lighting. And if one of them looks like it has like more of a sparkle and it kind of catches your eye, trust that, because even though you might not have looked at diamonds before, you can tell which one you want to look at all the time or the one that your partner wants to look at all the time. But the really fun thing about diamonds is we'll be able to see the difference and see the sizes and really play with the fact of, do you really see a difference to spend more? And that's really what I'm here to help you with. The next C is color. Now, color has to do with a degree of nitrogen that is in the diamond and possibly other trace elements. Since diamonds are 99.9% pure, nitrogen is a trace element that is very rich in the Earth's surface. So the more yellow a diamond has, the more readily available it is because it's just harder to mine. So we start with D for diamond. So DEF is colorless, and that's the most rare. So when we go diamond shopping together, we're going to see a colorless next to a near colorless, and near colorless is GHIJ. So a J is going to have more of a warmer tone compared to a G, and a G will cost more because it's rarer than a J. But the great news is we're going to take a look at that together. But this is to give you an overview to kind of get the concept of, we're going to be taking a looking at color. Because a lot of times people think color is like, so as gemologists, when we're grading diamonds for color, we actually grade them like you see here in the picture. We grade them with the Q lit up because when you look at them from the top down, you're going to see all the sparkle and you're going to see all the colors of the rainbow. And that's really what matters. But when we're actually looking to compare to make sure you're getting the right color, we're going to look at them this way together. And we'll make sure we look at loose diamonds so that way you feel comfortable and confident with the diamond you're picking. Because again, they're all beautiful, but one of them is going to stand out and what you're going to want to, have it to be in your life and represent this amazing time in your life. So next we go to clarity. Now, clarity is a really fun one. It's actually my personal favorite because clarity has to do with the internal birthmarks of a diamond. So here you can see this is the GIA graded diamond grading system that they invented in 1953. And the reason they did that is they needed to figure out how to price these diamonds and how to price them across the world. So you have your flawless, which is the most rare. I always say it's kind of like a museum quality. And then you have your internally flawless. Now, if you took a flawless diamond and you set it into a ring, we would just want to make sure to have that insured properly because it is going to be a more rare diamond. I mean, like I said, it's the most rare. Then we move into a VVS1 or a VVS2, and that means it's very, very slightly included. So there's a jeweler's loop, which I'll have when we go shopping, and we'll look at them under magnification because a VVS2 means that like you're not going to see anything, hardly anything under 10 power magnification. And it actually would take a trained expert to show you where it's at, like myself. I'll definitely show you. They're very hard to see. They're very, very pure, which is fun, but they are going to be more expensive because they're more rare. So then we move into VS1 and VS2, which means it's very slightly included. The difference between 1 and 2 is the degree of how many like there are and where it's at. There's like 5 different elements that we use for grading diamonds, so that way we have consistency. And then we move into SI1, SI2, which stands for slightly included 1, slightly included 2. Now, depending on the size of the diamond, an SI2, you might be able to see the inclusion to your naked eye, meaning when you look at it and you're like, what is that? You might be able to see it depending on the diamond. But the really fun thing is we'll be able to look at them under magnification. And then we have the I1, the I2, and the I3, and that stands for included. So those are the type of diamonds that you're really getting a big diamond, but it has lots of inclusions. Now, if it has a lot of inclusions, it could take away from the sparkle of the diamond, and that's one thing we'll look for when we're shopping together. I'll actually be able to show you the difference. And then just to kind of give you an idea, here's an I1 and an I2. So you can kind of see these black marks, if you can see where the curse is at, these are inclusions. And so it's something that you will see inside the diamond. And so again, all diamonds have birthmarks and characteristics, and they're graded on beauty and rarity. So here's an example of one that is an SI2 and an SI1. This one has more color here on the left. This one is a little bit whiter. Again, these pictures are just to get your eye comfortable with, like, you're going to be looking at diamonds. We're going to be looking at them under magnification. And this is kind of a better overview of like how many inclusions are in a diamond. And so you can see here, it just has the VVS2, just has the pinprick. The VS2 just has a few. The SI1 has these little tiny little clouds, and these little, the I2 is going to have more inclusions that you will see to your naked eye. So one way I like to remember, very slightly and on up, you're not going to be able to see it under magnification. It's not something, you're like literally the difference between a VVS and a VS is under magnification. But a VVS is more rare, so you're going to pay a little bit more for it. But the fun part about it is we'll be able to see them side by side, so you can see if there's a difference. So just to kind of give you an overview, we move into cut. Now, cut is the most important thing about a diamond in the sense of its life, its sparkle. So cut has to do with sparkle. And, you know, before 2000, there really wasn't a lot of information about cut that was out there. And so we're finding now there's just been so much research and studying and fasting on diamonds that we're really able, if you can see here, the ideal cut or the excellent cut, as GIA likes to call it. It just means when the light goes inside the diamond here, there's this critical angle, if you can see my cursor, it hits the other critical angle, and then it comes out to meet your eye with the full spectrum of the rainbow. Now, you can have a diamond that is poor cut, and it's going to look like a really big diamond because it's got a really wide table, but it doesn't have like the thickness of the bottom as a traditional like excellent or ideal cut. And when you compare it next to a diamond that's maybe cut more with more sparkle, that diamond's going to look dull. So one of the things I always use is that I can tell you all the measurements and numbers a diamond needs to be, especially on a round brilliant, because there's a lot of research on that. But really, as we shop, you'll be able to see to your naked eye the difference, but we'll also get the documentation to ensure that you're getting a diamond that fits your needs. Because like I said, we could get a really, like if we had a budget of $1,000, we can get a really big diamond for that amount, or we can get a smaller and more rare one. Because the thing to keep in mind with diamonds is that they're priced and based on rarity. So a bigger diamond is going to add rarity. A lower clarity inclusion is going to add rarity. A rarer, like a color, like having like no absence, like a DEF, like absence of color, is going to make it more rare. And then having an ideal cut. And so we're going to find the balance of what it's like, what your ideal diamond combination is. And as we kind of get ready for our shopping trip together, the one thing to consider is, what are our hot buttons? You know, do we like the idea of rarity and a more, and we'll see those under magnification, but this will kind of give you an idea. And so here's an example of cut side by side. So you can kind of see how pour has a little bit of a darker look to it. And like I said, some people that doesn't bother them. It just depends what you want and what your partner wants. And that's what matters. And that's what I'm here to help you with. So when you're looking at diamonds, and I have it notated here as a pro tip, if you're looking at diamonds side by side and one of them looks dirty, but they're both clean, that means the cut's off. And that's usually something that is something to consider. Because like I said, it's usually less expensive, and price is a really great boundary and a great guide as we jewelry shop, because if something's a funny price, there's usually a flag and we'll find it. And that's what I'm here to help you with. And so with the 4 C's of diamonds, the thing that I wanted to go over with you, one more, we'll go back to the main page. The thing to think about with diamonds and the 4 C's is, what is it that is your hot button? You know, because with diamonds and the 4 C's, each C adds a price, right? So you have the carat weight, the color, the clarity, and the cut. So what are your top 2 most important things? Now, unofficial survey over the last 20 years of helping couples is that most people that have their preferred pronouns as she, her really like a big diamond, but without a lot of inclusions. Like, they like size, but they also like quality, where people that identify as he, him tend to go for a smaller, more rare, because that seems more valuable. And the really fun thing about the 4 C's and shopping for diamonds, which I'm so excited we get to do together, is that we get to make it fit exactly what it is that you're drawn to. There's no set preferences. And sometimes going into it, it can feel overwhelming, but I promise you, when we're shopping and looking at diamonds under magnification, the way I'll take it through for you to show you the difference, and I'll help point out the differences, you will definitely be able to see, and we will have shopping success. I'm here for you. Please reach out if you have any questions before our shopping trip. I hope this was helpful. And again, the 4 C's are a guide to give you an idea to compare to other stores and different places online, to compare prices, as well as what is the personality of that diamond, and do I love it, and is it something that you want to look at for the next 80 years. It sounds like a lot of pressure, but I promise we'll make sure to get you taken care of, and you will find the perfect diamond to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.